Is there anybody there?
All right, everybody, welcome to another Dad Hat Chronicles podcast. My name is Ed, and with me, I have a plethora. I'm using big words today. I have a plethora of guests on this episode. I'm going to start from my left. I have the prospector himself, Mr. Patrick Larson. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, my friend. Honored to be on with such an all-star list of people. I don't know how I made it here, but I'm honored, and thanks for having me
You
on.
were the default. That's what it was.
Oh, Mike Sellers couldn't make it, so I'm on.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Totally
okay. Well, glad to be a pinch hitter.
All right, Mr. Influencer himself, Mr. Eric Proffitt. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you having me on.
All right, Mr. Donnie, the mayor himself, wearing a horrible hat. I'll forgive him because it's a dad hat, a Yankees dad hat. What's up, Mr. Mayor?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Glad to be here, and I'm actually the fifth Beatle in this group. So,
and then finally,
you guys are the stars.
Finally, last but not least, Stadium Food Girl. We are not worthy of this. Val, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing so great. I'm so honored to be on. I love watching you guys every Tuesday. So the fact that I'm talking to you guys now, like I'm fangirling.
This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. So we're, by the way, you're fangirl, and we are all fan of your
exactly.
Stuff. I mean, so
definitely fanboying right now.
So hard, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm so hungry every time I see like her videos. I'm like, dude, come on! I just got done eating dinner.
She's like the main course of content.
Oh yeah. Well, that's pretty good. I like that. One dad joke. Here we go. Check on that. Okay, so guys, so here's what I want to talk about today. So on this podcast episode, what I want to talk about is we always see people like, we always get mad at when people do things or not. I'm going to give you a prime example. Our good friend, Mr. Paul Caputo, is totally against, and I'm sure some of you are totally against the wave. Right, so those are the do's and don'ts. So, like, I see already, Eric, it's already on my bad side. He's against the wave. But what I want to talk about is the do's and don'ts when attending at a ball game, according to you. Right, we're not experts. We're just a bunch of knuckleheads talking on a podcast here. So, who wants to go first? Who wants to give me their first one?
I think Eric wanted to jump in right there.
He did, didn't he? He's like, I want to say.
Let's hear that one. That's got.
I got some words to say.
Well, I was just gonna wait till a little bit later on, but yeah, the very first thing when you said the do's and don'ts that we go with at the ballpark, for me, it's the wave. Don't do it. Just sit there, watch the game.
Wait, time out though. But why though? Like, I mean, there has to be a reason why. See. Val is already ready to cuss you out. I just want you to know. Look at her.
I love the wave. I'm in shock.
Because they're not paying attention to the game. They're too busy, and a lot of times they do it in bad circumstances or when it's not the right time.
I will agree with that. Like sometimes it's not that they shouldn't do the wave. It should be timed properly within the context of the game. Because I think it's a cool thing. It's a nostalgic thing. And I don't want to do it all the time because then it just gets old again. But sometimes they just pick the wrong moment to try and do it.
Well, I forgot which game we were at. I think one of the games we went to, they were doing it, and it was sponsored by Surfside. There's like a new drink or whatever, and so that's what they do, the Surfside wave. And so now it's like a sponsor. Yeah, maybe.
Or Greensboro. It's one of those two, I think.
It was Greensboro.
Might have been Greensboro, but yeah, now it's like a sponsored thing with just like they're doing the Malmo oat milkers and they're like shoving that down everybody's throat. They're doing the same thing with Surfside and they do the wave now. So they get up on the dugouts right in front of us and we're just like, no, sit down. Nobody wants to do the wave.
I get that. You chose violence today is what I'm hearing.
That's correct.
You came in and chose violence.
Correct.
Can we revisit the influencer's reasoning for that though?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to counter that with not watching another baseball game when you're at a baseball game.
I'm multi-talented. I can do multiple things at once. Other people can't.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie because
the
you were
game's so
slow.
Your reasoning for not liking the wave, from what I understood, is that you're not paying attention to the game. So how can you be paying attention to the game when you're watching another game on your phone?
Because the game's so slow, I can do both at the same time. Everybody else can't.
So
the
you
game
can't-
is so
oh,
slow, so we
so-
can do the wave.
So you can't do the wave and pay attention to the game at the same time?
No, there's no reason for you to sit up, throw your arms in the air, and sit back down. That's annoying. Just sit there. Only time you should be standing up
Well,
and
you throw
cheering
your
is
arms
if
whenever
a
your team doesn't do well. So
team
How is-
has a
how is-
triple or a home run.
How does that take more time than you sitting there looking at a screen when you're not even looking up and seeing
Yeah.
the pitch?
and
Because I
also
have-
reacting when your team's losing.
We all
What?
chose violence
See,
today.
this is the
Didn't we?
exact thing that Ed was looking for
It
this
really is.
episode. It's just
It
all
is.
of us bickering, and then
We are
Val's
so
just
to a
sitting
great
here,
start.
sitting
This is
back,
so good.
watching this
Val,
dynamic.
give us your
There's-
opinion on the wave.
Yes.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the wave. I'm not the one that goes 1, 2, 3. Like, I don't have enough courage for that. But one day, I hope I do get the courage to start on my own wave. But anytime it's coming around, I'm like, let's do it. I love the wave. I love it. I think it's fun. I love seeing all 3 or 4 levels, depending on the stadium you're at, just like in unison, just like going.
I'm all for it.
I love it.
I think it's better when
Especially
it
on a
starts.
playoff game.
Yeah, I think it's better when it starts organically too. Like she's saying, like get a group of people, and all of a sudden you just try to like get the people in your section
Yeah.
to start it without the team trying to push it on you.
Yeah.
All
I
of
get
a
the,
sudden you just kind of see one getting started, and a few more people are like, okay, let's get it going.
See, I think that's even worse. Is if somebody is like, "All right, let's start it 1, 2, 3," and then they can't get it going. They just have like 2 sections doing it. But then, like the ones now, is that the team does it. At least in Wichita, the team does it since it's like a sponsored to go along with whatever drink that they're trying to promote. So yeah, right now it's the team doing it. But yeah, I think it's probably even worse when just a fan starts to try doing it. Sorry, Val.
So if I was to be like, okay, so thank you, for this, I was like, in this episode is sponsored by David Seeds, then you would have a problem with that because I'm pushing like a corporate sponsor.
No, I mean, it has nothing to do with the sponsorship. It just has to do with the wave itself. You can ask my brother. He'll agree with me.
So what he's saying is he waves it off.
So, bad joke number 2.
Number 2.
Right. Who's counting?
Second strike, third one, you're out.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna put you on timeout. So let me ask you this then: can your brother come on a podcast and talk about the wave? Because if he can't come on the podcast or on the sports show, we can't take his opinion on this.
His opinion means nothing at that point.
You're gonna have to ask him about that. You know how many times we've tried to get him on.
I know so many times he's like, "No, I'm good. I'll pass."
Could I also shamelessly plug that I got Joe Proffitt on a video on my X page or Twitter page?
Don't say X, man, because it just sounds like
I know it just sounds bad.
it sounds
just sounds
bad,
bad.
dude.
It does. It sure does.
So we're just gonna go ahead and bypass that. All right. So, anyways, so now that does anybody have a do? Because I mean, we already started negative here with Eric. He chose violence already right off the rip.
You said Paul and the wave. You started it. I was just going on with it.
I was using that as an example, dude. You just like, oh yeah, here we go. So, who wants to go with a do?
I have a do.
Go for it, Val. Thank you.
I have a do. Do start a tradition if going to your first game, or try to keep up with starting one. Whether it's buying a pin, keeping a souvenir cup, getting a stamp in your passport book, do start something that you do once at every stadium when you're visiting it for the first time.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
I'm jumping on board with that after this the Curve Brim weekend for the pins.
Yep.
Because I just like she said, I haven't like done the same thing at any game before. It's like, yeah, sometimes I'll get a cup, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll get an ice cream helmet if they have them. Sometimes if they have them, I try to get them. But once I've gotten those at a stadium and I go back to it, it's like, well, what do I do now? So yeah, I'm trying to like, okay, get the pins and start my map.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that one a lot. I agree with you there because like we all buy hats here and there and everything. So I like, it's like, oh, that'll be my tradition. Buy a hat at the stadium. And they're like, all right, we can't buy hats anywhere else. But I really do like that one is because one, it's kind of affordable to buy just a pin. It's usually less than $10, on that. And then small, you can just put it in your pocket and keep going. Right. And like you, Donnie, you said, it's like, hey, I can just, get a map and then start pinning on a map, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think most of us started doing that with the Corporate Media Meetup, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
like getting all the pins and stuff. So all of you do it, right? You too, Belle.
Yeah, I do a cup, a pin, and a hat every time.
There you go.
And I don't get a hat every time because, unfortunately, thanks to Ed, he spends my money and I buy too many hats before I get there.
My bad.
I need to get more disciplined to where it's like I buy a hat when I go to the stadium and try not to buy them before then. But man, that's hard.
I've tried to slow down on buying hats because I do have a lot of hats.
Me
right?
too.
So I have slowed down, even though I have a box with 2 hats sitting behind me right now. Thanks to Akron. But yeah, I'm with you there. But the pin, I think the pin, it's a good idea on that one. I really do like that one, Val. Prospector or Eric, do you guys have any opinion on that one?
Yeah, for me, I've been collecting the little pins for a couple years now, and then I do the Ballpark passport stamps as well. I've been doing that for a couple years on my travels. So I have a few teams that either didn't have pins at all, like we were on a trip in April and like Binghamton didn't have pins, and so I'm not sure if I'm been checking like eBay and stuff to see if I can find one. But yeah, I've been doing pins, and the stamps is usually what I do. I'll occasionally get a hat, and I usually get an ice cream helmet, but yeah, I for sure do the pins.
The ones we didn't get was Holly Springs, right? Because I didn't think Holly Springs had it.
Correct. I think I got one from all 4 of the others that I went to.
Yeah. I got 3.
Yeah, because I got Cannonballers on Monday as well. But I want to start doing the stamp book.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's so many like that I have been to in the past. It's like I hate that they're not going to be in there. That's just the Libra in me that it's not going to be balanced.
I'm with you, dude.
But it's like I just want to. Maybe I should just start one and be like, okay, I'm just going to start it here and go forward from there. I don't know. I almost bought one in Cleveland.
That's what bothers me as well.
When I went to the Guardians game the 1st of May, they had the books in the team store, and I was so close to getting one and saying, you know what, I'm going to start it now. And I didn't do it because I was like, I have so many that I've missed. But then I guess I could go back and get them. But then there's so many defunct stadiums that I've been to that I can't get anymore. So I don't know.
Actually, they're not that bad, though. They're like, what, $15, $20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just reordered a new one because I have like 1 page left on the current book that I'm in, and so I ordered a new one. So hopefully it'll be here before my next trip.
You can just order pages, right? I think you can just order more pages.
Oh, I just order a whole new book.
Yeah, I love mine.
I think I'm gonna get one because that'll be cool to do.
Yeah, I'm bad about remembering what happened at some games, so that'd be kind of cool too to make some documentation of who pitched, who played, that kind of thing.
You can just put your own memories, like if you get a sticker, and then they validate it for you at the team store, and then you just write like your own, like it's like a diary. And then I love the stamp. I mean, nothing beats like the name of the field with the city and the day. It's perfect.
I'm looking at it right now. I might just get it because that looks pretty cool. The white one with everything on it. There's like a red one, and then there's the white one with red lettering and then blue lettering.
I just ordered the blue lettering one.
Okay.
The one I had originally was
ordering.
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all horrible influence on me.
Yeah, the original one I had was the all red one, but now they have like the white with the red or blue lettering. So when I just reordered, but yeah, I'm kind of with you, Donnie. So I hadn't, I'd been to other ballparks previous, but I didn't start it until about 2 years ago, watching like Charles Dennis and stuff doing it. But I just started from where I started my travels about the time I got it. So I know it's missing some, but for me, I just started and then was able to pick up, a ton of different ones and can keep going to different ballparks. So I just went with it, even though I'd already been to some previous. And then if I make it back, then I can just get the stamped in.
Yeah, they can back stamp for you.
Okay.
I like it.
All right, y'all sold me. I might have to get me one then.
I was just going to say, I'm online right now. I might be getting one by the end of this episode. So
I wonder, hey, Eric, what do you think they'll stamp it at Rickwood?
Honestly, I was trying to think about that. So, and Val, you might know more. When I was looking on the website yesterday, they had one that's kind of like a landmarks type where you can go to different museums, different baseball museums and stuff. I didn't see Rickwood, but I didn't look too far into it to see all of them that was available. I'm going to bring mine in hopes that they do. I don't know if they will. I know, for instance, I haven't got it stamped before, but I'm pretty sure like the Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City has one and stuff like that. So Rickwood might, or maybe Birmingham might bring theirs since it's technically their home game. I don't know. It's hard saying, but if you get one in time, I know it's next week, but if you happen to get one, or, you know, whatever you think, but I'm going to bring one just in case. I'm not sure if they will or not.
The Negro League Museum stamp.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Like that. Yeah.
I like that. Okay. All right, Donnie. It's on you, my friend. Do's or don'ts?
I mean, for me, the do's are you gotta. I like to take sunflower seeds in my glove. Definitely. Those are two things that I specifically do now and make sure I have when I get to the games. Because I'll usually get there and get like a local beer or something, and I'll usually have some seeds or something for a little while until I decide what I want to eat, that kind of thing.
I like that.
But I definitely think taking some sunflower seeds and then having the glove is. I used to not take the glove, and there were a couple of times where I'm like, "Dang, I wish I had mine." So now I've been purposely trying to make sure I got a clear bag and I take my glove and I have it with me all the time.
You have a clear backpack, right?
I got a clear backpack. We ordered one off Amazon, put a little Firefly sticker on it, kind of made our own version, and yeah, that thing's nice. Man, I saw some people that had a Fireflies game with them, and Rhonda saw them, and she's like, "I'm gonna go on Amazon and order one tonight."
That's the problem. We see things online. It's like, oh, Amazon. While as I'm watching the game, hold on a second. Let me put it on the cart. I'm with you on the sunflower seeds. I'm big on the sunflowers. It's like sunflower seeds and then peanuts for me, right? Regular peanuts, none of this boiled peanut stuff. Okay, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. I'm sorry.
I love boiled peanuts, but so many stadiums don't do them right. They overboil them, or they boil them too long and just get kind of mushy and all. I have to really like scope out the peanut situation if they have boiled and see if they look like they're okay before I'll get them. Like I don't even like the ones the Fireflies do because they're kind of the same way. They overboil them. So I stick to the roasted peanuts at a game unless I can take my own boiled peanuts.
I got you. I can see that. And gloves is always a must. It's just that's how that goes. It has to be. So, all right, Prospector, talk to me.
I guess I would say the ice cream helmets, if they have them. I think that's a really, really big thing. And honestly, I wasn't really into them until this group. I swear to you, like between all of you, like, you know, like I already spent a lot of money on hats, but now I'm spending money on ice cream helmets. I came home from the Curb Rim Media meetup. I think I like quadrupled my collection just in the small little.
Thanks, Eric Proffitt.
Yeah, thanks, Eric Proffitt and Paul Caputo and Ed. Don't you think you don't spend a lot of my money? You know that's true. And
I just happen to bring
Donnie does too. Donnie will say, "Oh, look at this hat that I found," and I'm like, "Oh, great! There's another one in my cart.
It's on sale."
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that I would say, and someone who's inspired me is also on this podcast, is finding the defining food that, like, at a stadium, something that you can't find anywhere else. And I'm willing to try anything. I mean, it's one of those things you only live once. So I don't do it quite as well as a superstar, like, I don't know, Val, but I really enjoy like trying those types of things and trying something that's maybe unique to a region or unique to a city. And because a lot of times that builds into like a lot of the alternate identities that they come into, particularly the food-based ones. And a lot of times I learn about food I didn't even know existed. So it makes life a lot more fun.
Yeah. Very regional things, right? That you can have at a certain ballparks, right? Yeah. So very hyper local. And I like that a lot. So I agree. I think that's a good one. I like that one. I like I said, it's like we're spending too much money sometimes when we go to the ballpark. It's like you just got to choose. All right, so do I get the ice cream helmet or do I get the pin, or like I just gotta decide on what. It's like, oh, they got ice cream. I guess ice cream helmets too. Oh,
Yeah.
I need the pin for the collection, and then now we're going home with a ice cream helmet and a pin.
Yep.
And see, I never collected the helmets much either, and I'm not doing a Paul Caputo where I've got to create my own museum of them. But I do find that I seek them out at every game, and usually I'll try to get a couple just because I know there are other people that might want them.
Yeah,
and then they want to trade, and I'm like, I'll just give it to you. Like, I don't really need to trade you for something that I haven't been to, unless it's really cool. Like Paul gave me that Colorado Rockies City Connect version.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's pretty dang cool. I want one of those. But I'm not going to trade for just some random team in the Midwest or whatever that I don't go see. I'd rather collect them when I go see them. And then if I get extras, I'll just send it to somebody that might want one. And if they have a cool one that I want to hold on to, like JJ had two. He had the Copa and the regular of the Hartford Yard Goats. And I brought him a couple of Grits helmets and just got those from him. But it's got to be something that like catches my eye.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like, here, I'll just give them to you. I don't need to trade.
Like the Grits one, I like it because it was a Dad Hat, turnover Dad Hat. So that was a cool one, right? It's like I like that one.
And so what I've started doing, and we'll do this more with the players, at least at Columbia, and I may try to do it with some other teams, is I'm starting to use the ice cream helmets for autographs. So get a cool, get them to autograph the brim of the ice cream helmet.
That's pretty smart.
I've got a couple of the Fireflies draft picks from a couple years ago. I've got several Gavin Cross ones, and I've got Austin Charles, and there's a couple of other players, Blake Mitchell. I'm trying to get these local guys, that are coming up and they're high draft picks, get a couple of autographed helmets from them, just because it's something different. Yeah, you never know, and like they don't necessarily have a card until the team puts a team set out, but and you can have a baseball sign by them, but an ice cream helmet, that's different. So.
That's definitely unique.
Yeah.
I just want to stop here real quick. Eric is shaking his head because I believe his team is losing right now to your Junkies, Donnie, 4-0. Is that what you're seeing right now, Eric?
Yeah, we keep hitting to a double play.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, cool.
And I told Patrick when we came on, before we came on actually, that I was in a little bit of a conundrum here. Because I have been pulling for the Royals a lot more since
until now.
Company. But when they play the Yankees, it's like I got to go hard on Eric about the games, you did with him. So
absolutely, you got to give him.
We'll get through the series, and then I'll be back on the Royals bandwagon.
Right. It was the end of for our series. It ended up being a 2-game series, so we split right because it's like there was a postponed game because I guess there was some rain. No one knew there was rain there, so whatever. I'll call out my own team on that one. They should have played because we would have won the series. So I got a don't. Okay, I have a don't do this one, right? And this one comes with a little story. And then I was telling Darla that I was going to be doing this episode. And because I was like, I'm going to do an episode. I was like, the do's and don'ts when you go to a ball game. And she goes, right off the cuff, not even no hesitation. Don't piss off a pregnant woman at a ballpark. That just like that, right? So and this is when we were still living in Cleveland. We went to a game, and then Darla's like 7-8 months pregnant with our daughter Mia, and we had good seats right by the first base, right there, and I guess there was a group of guys in the back, and one of them was just hammered out of his mind. I mean, hammered, and he just would not shut up, right? And I love my wife to death, and I'll say this loud so that's what she'll say here. But she got irritated with him and just turned around. And I was like, "Please don't say anything, because then I'm gonna have to go fight for you and all this other stuff." I'm wearing shorts and flip flops. What am I gonna do? Smack somebody in the face with my flip flops? Chanclas, right? Exactly, my chanclas, flying chanclas for sure. They were gonna go flying. So she goes like, "Would you just shut the up?" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." And then, of course, he said something smart, and guess what do? I see red, and then I'm like jumping over the seats, about to go, defend my wife's honor, even though she started the fight. But the guys helped me back, and then the drunk guy eventually got kicked out of the game because it was just like obliterated drunk. But yeah, don't piss off a pregnant woman. Please don't do that, because that's just, it'll never end good for whoever does that ever.
Well, it's a credit to you that you were a guardian for your wife.
They were the Indians at that time, so you can't use that joke. And that's number
third
3.
strike.
Third strike. So
yeah, the other thing, it kind of on the same thing. Don't go get smashed drunk. Why are you?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's $2 beers.
this
or
is
whatever.
not a football game.
Exactly. It's not. There's no need for that. The other thing that irritates me too is don't go to a game and sit there and have a conversation that has nothing to do with baseball and be talking so loud that everybody in your section can hear you, just like talking about your, whatever you're doing on Saturday with your kids, or, some league you're in for some other sport or whatever it might be, something with your job. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That
to
hit
add
hard
on to
for
that,
you, Val. Look at you. You're like, I was like, oh yeah, oh, don't do
This
that.
quiet conversation, it's always, it happens way too often when I go to a game. I don't even know why.
and another one would be in that same vein. When you're on the phone and you put it on speakerphone, so everyone has to hear your conversation. Also about not the same thing, nothing about the game. I mean, it drives me up the wall. I'm like, if I wanted to hear your conversation, I would have told you.
Yeah, or you're FaceTiming somebody and they got them on FaceTime, and then they're showing them, hey, look at the stadium and stuff. It's like, come on, man.
Although we have been doing that on the live show.
Well, we're doing it for content,
but
they're doing it just for the hell of it.
Well, we're showing the team store. I mean, that
is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, the loud conversation is like, bro, I'm trying to just concentrate on the game. I think there should, and listen, I think we've come to the realization that baseball has become a central hub for entertainment, right? Not just for the game, but there's other things going on, right? So there's multiple bars. There's some places that got the pool and all of that stuff. So I get that, but there has to be a designated area for that. Like if you want to do that, hey, by all means do it. Do it at the bar, right? They got TVs there, they got the alcohol and all that stuff. Do it there, and then let everybody else enjoy the game. If you're not going to watch the game, because then you're ruining the experience for other people.
Well, and just like you were saying with us, recording while we're at the game. I mean, when I had you guys on when I was at the Fireflies, I got up from the table and walked out towards the outfield and kind of got out there in the picnic area where there weren't a lot of people at.
And you showed up on TV, by the way,
right? And I got on the TV screen through the broadcast of the game. But yeah, Rhonda just gave me that look like you need to go away from here. So she was already like, don't do that while you're sitting here at the table. So I just got up and moved away.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah,
I like that one. I'm gonna give you. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No,
go ahead. No, go.
This one ties into the first one I had said. Kind of, do go to the guest services and get your My First pin. A lot of times guest services will give you a pin. Here's from Chihuahuas, here's from Isotopes. And then they even date it too. So a lot of times guest services will give you like a pin, like, oh, it's my first game. I have one from Fenway here in Chihuahuas. Or they'll give you a certificate. So if you don't have a stamp book, get your My First pin. They're free, or your certificate.
You guys, Eric and Donnie, you were with me when I got my first time there at the Royals game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I did that. They gave me a certificate. I even took a picture and everything, and a pin. I still have it. It's upstairs somewhere in one of my boxes. But yeah, I have that one. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Man, is that when you guys were in the suite?
I wasn't on the suite. Donnie was. The rest of us were just sweating the heat,
I was in the Diamond Club. I wasn't in the suite like Val. Val gets the suite. I got just the open air Diamond Club.
Wait, where was this?
Group. When I was at the Royals last May.
Oh, the Diamond Club looks so legit. I've never been.
I've got a friend that
let's talk about that, shall we? How awesome it is.
I have a friend that lives there, and
so
she got
Donnie?
us tickets. She got us tickets for that, me and Rhonda. And so we had the seats at the first row of the Diamond Club where they slide the glass door open, and you're sitting there and the air conditioning's blowing on your knees. And of course, Ed and Eric and all those guys, Paul and Amy, they were all out there cooking in the
I'm
outfield
wearing
bleachers.
jeans. I'm wearing
We were
jeans
just living it
cooking.
up there. But it wasn't a private suite, but it's still a sweet spot. So
Yeah, Ed's really suffered at baseball stadiums, WBC suites and whatnot.
That was the Caribbean series. The Caribbean
Or
series.
whatever, Caribbean series.
I was in the suite with the Caribbean series with the Dominican team ownership.
Yeah. And then
Thanks to
Eric,
my
an
uncle.
influencer, how many suites has he been in? My gosh. And then
Too
Val,
many to
we won't even
count.
start. You what?
Too many to count.
Yeah. And then Val, we won't even start. I mean, she basically lives in the suites. So
she gets catered foods.
I know, dude. The chef was like, "Come on over, let's go hang out and talk about some food." I'm like, "Okay."
I'm trying to see what it's like for the influencer.
Hey, now we're hopefully friends. Let's just meet up and let's all go. Let's get in suites together.
That would be awesome.
Let's try and make it happen. I want to go to the next Curve Rim Media event, whether it's in Chicago or Texas. I will make it happen.
Boom.
Let's do it. Oh my god, that'll be so much fun.
And let me tell you about my suite experience. Okay, I'm done.
Good talk.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Welcome to my TikTok.
Well, hurry up and come to Vegas, y'all, or somewhere. Let's all go.
Dude, I love Vegas Ballpark so much.
Well, I'll be there this Thursday.
Oh, I want to go.
You guys got to get out there. It's so good.
Yeah, they're playing Salt Lake, so that means they're gonna have the Salt Lake hot dog, the Salt Lake, Salt Lake hot. They're not the Salt Lake City anymore, right? It's just Salt Lake now.
Yeah, Salt
Lake Bees.
Yeah, because they're leaving the city because they're too good. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna try to get to Salt Lake the last week of the season so I could see this.
Going there.
So I could see the stadium before they move, and then I'm also going to go to El Paso the last 2 games of the season.
That's on my bucket list.
You know what? I'm in Texas so often that anytime one of my friends is going to a game in any part of Texas, I will meet you there. So I will meet you there if you're cool with that. Whoever y'all are with. Love El Paso. Love the chefs. Love everything about that stadium.
I haven't been there yet. And then they do one of their logos is the EP, which is my initials. So that's kind of one of my favorite teams. So yep, I'll be there. I think it's the last 2 games of the season this year. So we'll connect hopefully.
For sure.
I like it. Look at that. We're just making dreams up in here. We're just making dreams happen. Things happen here at the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast. All right. Who has a do or a don't? I want to hear some more of these. Eric.
One thing that I was going to kind of on top of, we've talked about food and stuff. And we kind of talked about this. We were on our friend John Southey's podcast, but one of the things that majority of the stadiums let you do is bring in a bottle of water. And so if you get a chance, buy a bottle of water, bring that in unsealed, obviously, and then that will save you the cost. I mean, water's not too crazy. But
the hell it isn't, bro. That thing is gotten expensive nowadays.
Well,
$8 for a bottle of water
nowadays. Yeah, but most stadiums let you bring it in, and then obviously with the games where it's getting really hot out, depending on what part of the country you're in, especially like when we go to Texas here in over a month, we'll make sure. So yeah, that's one of our dues is always bring in a sealed bottle of water.
That's smart. I like that.
Good call.
I'm gonna give you a do because this one is thanks to Rhonda, right? When we went to the Durham Bulls game, and then Rhonda busted out these little fans. Let me tell you, listen, that was game changer, not just for me, but for my daughter as well, who was entertained for the rest of the night with that thing. It came in so handy the next day when we were at the Mudcast because it was just the way that ballpark is built, and we were sitting, there was no airflow there. So just us constantly spraying with water, dude, it was a game changer. That came in so nice that day. Those 2 days, actually.
Yeah. Rhonda had me on Amazon too, because I was looking at getting a couple of those.
Yeah, she's big on the fans, especially those little rechargeable ones. We started with the bottle ones. That's what she got first. And then she kind of was like, those are kind of cumbersome. We need something a little smaller. And she tried 2 or 3 different variations that she could just stick in her pocket and stuff. But the ones that you guys saw that Mia had, that was the best one right there. Just charge that bad boy up, and it's got the little mister. You put water in it, and it just automatically mists on you too. It's just
man, awesome. Definitely a fan.
Yep.
Okay, that's 4.
Golden sombrero.
I know. We're going.
There it is.
Yeah, one more.
One
I got
more.
one. I got one more.
There you go.
Then I got the other hand.
Oh, God. And we're not even halfway. Okay. Anyways, I have a don't as well, and then I'll let you guys go. I'm talking too much, so I'm sorry. Don't. If you have kids around, don't use profanity.
Yeah.
I know that's like it's a very obvious thing to do, but like it's just don't, right? You know, there's a way to hassle the players and do it in a manner which is fun, but like when you start using profanity and things like that, it's just like it's too much. You know, I okay, it might be because I'm getting older and I have a kid. You know, I just don't want my kid to be hearing those kind of things. You know, at a ball game when you're supposed to be having fun. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, to kind of tie in between that and the story you told about, your wife getting on to somebody. So
Yeah.
It was the first season, pretty much like the first week of the Wichita Wind Surge. And there's some obnoxious guy. I don't know if he was drunk, but just really obnoxious. And he was actually yelling so at the time, Stone Garrett, who plays for the Washington Nationals, was playing for Midland. And he was just yelling and yelling at Stone Garrett and getting so obnoxious and stuff. And my wife finally was like, dude, don't be a DB, just like knock it off. And he's been at some games since, and he's been pretty chill since then. So I don't know if it's just because my wife said that at the very first season or whatever, but kind of just to tie into the two stories.
Your wife just set him straight.
Yeah.
Go Shannon.
Right. She's like, shut up already.
Well, and Patrick will know, we went to Cannonballers game on that Monday coming home. That dude in the Tar Heel hat would not. It's like, dude, what are you doing? He's just yelling at every single pitch.
Well,
and
it was to get attention on himself. That's all it was for.
Yeah, he and the guy beside him too. It was two guys that were just constantly yelling at the umpires, the home plate umpire, or the players, just all kinds of stupid stuff.
Well,
first two,
he yelled and he kind of laughed to himself, like he was impressed with himself. Like, let me give myself a pat on the back.
Yeah, he would like yell out something and then look around to see who was checking out what he was saying and stuff. It's like, dude, come on, man.
So when you do that, you're looking for attention. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
I have
Go,
another
Patrick.
do. Yeah, I have a do. When you're at the stadium, just enjoy the people you're with.
Yeah,
I mean, especially if you have a chance to go with someone or with a group.
Yeah.
I mean, life's tough as it is, but just enjoy the people.
So let me ask you then, is like, enjoy the people or the phone. Which one is it?
Definitely the people.
Okay, just wanted to put that out. Just asking.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
No. I mean, honestly, just enjoy the group that you're with. I mean, like at the Curve Brim Media Meetup, for example. I mean, it made my month to be with you guys.
The FOMO was so real.
Well, like the FOMO that I get whenever, like, I don't know, Lake Elsinore and your name's up on a scoreboard, like welcoming you to the stadium.
That was legit.
That was legit.
FOMO I feel when I see the influencer posting at games.
Okay, because he's only been to like 603,000 of them already this season.
He's only been to like 55 games so far this season. I can't believe he's been
only
so
45. I'll get to 50 by the end of this week. Wichita's back in town. And then Donnie and I are meeting up next week at the Rickwood MILB game between the Montgomery Gray Sox and the Birmingham Black Barons. So I might get to 100 games again this year. 2 years ago, Val, I went to 100 baseball games. I hope to get to that many again this year. Not quite sure if I'll make it, but it'll be close.
100 games, Proffitt Palooza Jr.
That's right.
End of the season trips, we know.
Unreal.
It is. It's unbelievable. It really is.
That's legit, dude. I gotta hand it to you. That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the knowing because I'm jealous.
I'm at 22 right now, baseball games.
There you go.
So
yeah, I'm nowhere near that.
Same.
I'm at 4.
Yeah, I'm about 5. I'm at 5.
I'm at 4.
I'm only doubled what Donnie's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only at 4 just because I went one before you guys came here, and then I to the games,
Yeah.
and then I just watched the rest of them on TV, which
Well,
is kind of
the
embarrassing.
crazy thing is, like in 1 week, the influencer eclipses what I've been to all season in 1 week.
Well, it helps when you have season tickets to a minor league team.
Which is down the road from you.
Yeah, I'm only 12 minutes from the ballpark.
Unreal.
Well, see, I'm that close to the Fireflies, but I can't go 6 days in a row on a homestand. That's just too much.
No, it's
I
not.
can't.
There's too many. That's not too much. Baseball's not a thing.
Well, I mean, Donnie has to split his time between the Rubber Ducks and the Fireflies.
That's
so,
true.
I mean,
True story. True story.
Yeah, I mean, he's in Ohio about 50% of the time. So
I'm trying. If I can get my work done tomorrow, I'm trying to go the Rubber Ducks tomorrow night. I'm really trying because I don't know I don't know when I'll get back up here because things are kind of changing a little bit with this job here.
They'll send you right back up during the winter. That's what they'll
probably.
do.
I know.
He says, I don't know when I'll be back up here. And then 5 days later, oh, by the way, I'm leaving.
I'm going back to Ohio.
I didn't know till Thursday of last week I was going to be here today. And he was like, dude, I need you to go up there. So I mean, I literally left my house at 4:30 a.m. this morning and drove up here. And then I got here about 1:30 and I worked from about 3 till about 8:15. And then I booked it here to the hotel to get on with you guys. So
that's because
I think I got up at 4:00 to leave. So
for the content.
It's all about the content.
I probably shouldn't ask him to see if he'd pick me up a black tie rights hat tomorrow if he goes to Akron Rubber Ducks, right, Patrick?
Well, Patrick's got something he wants me to pick him up too, so I might have to be shopping for you guys.
Yeah,
one of them is that one right now that I have in here. Black tie rights.
Yeah. By the way, I love how Ed said, I'm slowing down on my hat purchases. Oh, by the way, I have 2 boxes behind me.
No, just one. I have a one box with 2 hats.
With 2 hats in it. I'm slowing down.
Hey, that's a slowdown. Usually I have anyways, these walls can talk, bro. Listen, calm down.
So I got another do that I've started trying to do.
Okay.
And I kind of started following Christina's lead on this is get a picture with the mascot. I do my best to try and chase down the mascot and get a picture with the mascot if I can. I don't know why it's goofy, but I love it.
Shout out to Christina and Kelly on this one, because the games that we went to and the things that we got to do on the field was because Christina went and straight off flagged down the one of the employees to see what was going on, what's available, so they can sign people up to the tug of war. Oh yeah, or things like that. So that was kudos to them because they knocked it out of the park on that one.
Yep, she just took it upon herself to go right straight to guest services and see what she could sign people up for, and she's pretty diligent about her dues. I mean, she's all about getting the stuffed animal picture with the mascot, checking to see what things can be done. I mean, she's done.
Talk about tradition right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, and Patrick will tell you she crushed it at the Cannonballers game. They had her down there, and I mean, she was the ultimate right person for that because they're a White Sox affiliate. She's a White Sox season ticket holder, and they had her down there doing the name that tune thing on the dugout, and she was killing it.
And also shout out to Donnie.
Dad dance.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, dude. And it's just it got passed, so they put 2 new guys in there. I was like, oh, I guess we're not doing that.
Well, and also at the Cannonballers game, Donnie's the reason that we end up with these big jumbo tickets.
Oh yeah. Because the Cannonballers
we got paper tickets
out a paper ticket. Yeah, you can go over to guest services and the thing is because Kelly had bought the tickets online, and so he went over there. When they printed the tickets out, it said club access, and we're like, "Ooh, what's this?" We got to go up in the club suite and walk around the upstairs in the suites and stuff, and check things out up there. I mean, we couldn't stay in the suite, but we were able to go up there and the air
club
conditioning.
That's a nice area, by the way. I've actually sat there. That's nice.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. If we wanted to spend time up there, we could. I mean, we stayed in our seats, but we did go up there and check it out for a little bit.
It was
I like
cool.
it. All right, Val, I'm going to call you. Any do's or don'ts?
Do support the vendors that are inside the stadium as well. I know a lot of the times, including myself, I'm very big on trying the one food item made by the chef that's specific to that stadium, but a lot of the times these vendors too can also teach you so much about what the city is about and what the team is about. A really good example is El Paso, the Chihuahuas have so many good vendors. I think I ate more from the vendors than the actual what is made inside the stadium. Like when I was there, and it was just I learned so much about the city, and I did not have time to explore the city because I was only in El Paso for a day. And then I went to the game at night, and then I left, and then I went to Sugarland. So it's like, although I didn't get to see the city, I felt like I did because of the vendors itself.
The city's pretty cool. I've been to El Paso. I didn't go to Chihuahuas, but it's a beautiful town. It's like right there, border town. It's beautiful. It was hot when I went though, middle of summer. Like you could cook an egg outside. It was that hot, but it's cool, beautiful area. So
Yeah,
definitely recommend anybody going there.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, you got something for me?
Yeah, just kind of talking about the ballparks themselves. So if it works out, sometimes you go in from city to city and don't have a whole lot of time. You don't get into town very early, but if you can make it to the ballpark early, walk around the outside, check out the outside of the stadium. Like Wichita has a really cool Wichita baseball mural on the outside. And then just if they have like a 360 concourse, just walk around and check out all the cool amenities of the ballpark, and then obviously get to the team stores as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you there. I like that one. I also did that in Albuquerque, and I actually was glad that I did that because in Albuquerque they have all of the like in one side of the ballpark they have all of their identities on their garage painted. And I was like, oh, that's cool, right? They can show them all of their identities plus their isotopes one. So that was cool. And the 360, you gotta do the walk around the ballpark, man. That's just It's a given, right? You gotta do it. Anybody got something? Talk to me.
What? Real quick, I'm trying to do this. Do take the time to do like the stadium tour, even if the team is not in town. I don't do that enough.
Yeah, we got to do that. That was cool. I got to do that a couple of times. Colorado for the Rockies. I almost got to the purple seats, but I got caught. And then they told me to get down.
I would say another do. I'd say another do is taking pictures at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Getting pictures of different views, especially if you've got like if the sun's setting and you've got baseball going on and you've got a great backdrop. I mean, that can make for some great pictures, even better than you think it might be. Or if you're with a group, just try to document that you were there with people that you care about.
Yeah, for sure.
And, because those are still memories, and memories come in different forms. You can remember the food you eat or that souvenir that you picked up from the stadium, but also the picture can be a memento. And it doesn't mean that you have to spend money. It could be that you spent money on the tickets, and then what your souvenir from that is taking pictures of the stadium or the stadium with a backdrop with the people that you're with.
Yeah.
I'm big on that. I take a ton of pictures with my phone, and that's what I love about digital. You could take as many as you want. You could have 15 shots in a row that are similar to pick out one or two good ones, and you could dump the rest. So I'm constantly doing that.
Something cool that we did, and I'm sorry, Val, I know that put your earmuffs on this one, FOMO going on right here. But during the corporate media, right, is we all took pictures of different spots and different things that we were doing, and then we were sharing them on the thread, right? And it was so cool to see that because it's like you could tell everybody was having fun. It was an awesome experience. But to see that, man, that was amazing.
Just different perspectives.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool to see.
I need to throw something on that thread because I think Paul took a picture of me and Rhonda with him and Amy, but I didn't see it posted. Mm-hmm. I want to maybe throw something out there. If anybody's got some pictures that they didn't share, put them out there or send them to us or something, because I'd love to have some of those that I think got taken that just didn't get put on the thread.
I haven't done it, but I was going to grab a whole bunch of them and then put a small video of the corporate media because that was cool, and definitely it gives you this like push to now to like, all right, this was cool, this was successful, let's do this again next year.
For sure.
Donnie's opening his bottle right now.
Do it next year for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like, I mean, we talked about there's two places, right? Texas or Chicago area, for sure.
Yeah, we took group photos at each of the stadiums so you could see the group, and Holly Springs or the group in the Mudcats or Durham or Greensboro or whatever. So that was always fun. And then I posted like a week later. I just grabbed whoever took the photos and posted on there and said, how's it already been a week? Wish we could get back to this again.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went by fast.
It
Yeah.
flew, didn't it? And we were up till like I was past my bedtime, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm a 10 o'clock guy, and I was up till like midnight. I'm like, guys, you know, I'm not gonna say there were certain people falling asleep on my couch. I will not name names, okay? But I did warn them, do not get on the corner of the couch. And what did they do? They got on the corner of the couch, and then I saw some head bobbings like all over the place. So, but that was so much fun. As you know, me and Zach were going at it because like our teams were playing each other during that weekend.
And see, stuff like that was what was even more awesome too, because you know he comes over to your house and his team's playing your team, and you throw the game on there, and it's just like, you know, you get to see him in that pain in person as his Angels are just getting clobbered.
Yeah, that was cool. It was a good experience though overall. So I have a do. You know, and this one is something that I've been trying to do a lot more is put your electronics away and just sit there and just take in the whole experience just for like an inning or two, right? I mean, I get it. We're all content creators. We're all taking pictures. We're all trying to take our videos. I get it. I'm doing the same thing. You know what I mean? But it's like just an inning, right? Just put it away for like that and just take the experience. I know, right? Look at you.
I was like, I have to. That's my.
Yeah. This is always with me, and then I've got a neck tripod that I take with me. My clear back is yes.
You know, so it's like, you know, I get it. You know, it's like we're all guilty of it. You know, but it's like just to take that, right? You just that experience there for like a couple of minutes and just the inning, right? Just to like give yourself an inning just to like and see everything. Look at the parents, you know, fighting with their kids or like, you know, people talking and all that. And then, man, it's like, it's a cool experience. I like to experience that from the berm, especially because like that's when you really see like the families enjoy it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely.
Yeah, and as far as what Patrick was saying earlier, and opposite of what you just said, is first thing I try to do when we go to the Fireflies games is whoever we're with is we walk in, it's like, okay, let's get a group photo real quick with the field behind us or the scoreboard behind us and just kind of get that knocked out. And then I kind of have that, you know, for later. Yeah. So like, you know, for a group of our friends or whatever with us, we have that memento.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was cool.
And see, I had to get a picture at the Durham Bulls game because I had to actually document the fact that the influencer lowered himself and sat next to me, and that he actually willingly sat there for an entire game. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was starstruck.
Well, I didn't get kicked out, so if I would have gotten kicked out, I didn't have much choice because that wasn't my seat.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Don't make the usher mad. Right. That's a don't. And don't make the usher mad.
Yeah, one of my don'ts was don't sit in a seat that's not yours, but I can't really say that too loud since I did.
Yeah,
that.
Don't say that too loud because we all were just sitting in different seats at one point. So.
That's why I went with don't make the usher mad or do get along with the ushers.
As a matter of fact, we were all sitting on the wrong seats at the Holly Springs Salamanders game.
Yeah, we were one section over from where we were actually supposed to be.
Yeah, we were not supposed to be there. So, but thankfully, like no one cared. And it was fine because there was not that many people there, but it was like we were all sitting on the wrong seat, so it's cool.
Well, the funny thing too is Eric's sitting in the wrong seat, and that usher kicked Zach out, and really like Zach almost went to jail or something.
Because like, where are you
sitting there like I'm not gonna say a word.
And he said, "I need to see your tickets," and then I just look at Eric, and Eric's just like, I'm looking straight at the game.
Yeah, I just ignored him and was looking straight ahead.
Hey, really quick, hey Val, did you see his expressions when he's watching the game?
Eric? Yeah, I saw him just now. It's just like
it's so good.
Yeah,
that's Eric right there.
Well, don't worry, because the Blue Jays are losing too. I can do the same thing.
They're losing 3-1. Hey, listen, it's Kansas City's now down just 4-1.
Yeah, but we had a chance to make it even more, but it ground out, and he barely threw him out at first.
I have a deal. Oh,
go for it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna just say specifically for minor league games, do take the time to research the alternate logo if they're doing something with their alternate logo that night or the Copa logo. I remember when I was first learning about minor league baseball, I thought nothing of it. And although I haven't gone to this stadium yet, I did catch myself reading about the history of the Whoopie Pie the other day. So, so do take the time because minor league does get down with the logos, and it has happened to me if like when I'm watching a game on TV like that, or not anymore because I try to stay more on top of it, but like seeing a team and I'm like, what logo is that? Why are they doing this? What does that mean? It just makes it so much more enjoyable when you're like, when you can relate at least by understanding what the logo is about.
I love that one. That's a good one. Yeah. As you know, because you don't want to go to a game and then all of a sudden be the oat milkers. You know what I mean?
Tigers are playing us this Saturday.
And you're going to that?
I don't know yet. It depends. Maybe.
Well, let Donnie know if they're having a jersey auction. He might want to bid for it.
That is like, no, he does not.
Jersey, but those things are like $200.
Yowza!
I know.
Donnie will put down 400.
No, if one lands in my lap, it's like handed to me. Okay, I'll hold on to it, but I'm not buying it.
Lands in my lap.
Oh, if it lands in my lap after I don't purchase it.
No, when the team decides nobody wants these and they're like, here, you want one? I'm going to throw it out. I'll take one, but I'm not going to just go buy one.
No, not the old milk.
Man, wait, his jersey guy will just go get him one, because he has people for that.
Because he has a guy.
Yeah, he has a guy.
So I had a guy bid me up so bad Saturday on that Scooby-Doo jersey. I was so pissed off.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
He did what I'm going to start doing, which is wait till like the last 5 seconds and put a bid in, because then it starts the clock for 5 more minutes.
I call that I call that move the eBay.
But then you get into a situation. It's like, okay, how far am I going to go and upbid him before I get stuck?
Right.
And so that's a double-edged sword. But I made him pay a lot more than he wanted to pay because he was trying to make me pay a lot more than I wanted to. But anyway.
Well,
I wanted that Scooby-Doo bad. That was such a good jersey.
I see that. I have not bought a jersey in a while, and I kind of want one, but I want it to be like a Star Wars one. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. I just don't know which one to go and get. Although the Bulls sell them all the time, so I should just go there and get it.
The Aviators have some nice ones.
Yeah. I bid on this year's Star Wars jersey for the Fireflies, and I didn't really need to because I had one from 2 years ago that's really cool, but this year's was actually pretty cool too. So,
see
I won one from the Tampa Tarpons, not a specialty night, but when they had like a social media contest a couple years ago, I was one of the winners, and they sent me a jersey. So,
and you said you're a nobody,
right?
I'm way below average. You know this. I'm way below average. I'm the worst guest in EFA history.
That's right. Maybe we should have Val on the EFA to have her bring up the standards.
Just a little bit higher. There you go. I like that.
Well, yeah. When you're getting that kind of a guest, you can't possibly have an average podcast. We know that. Now you're getting into A++ guests.
Right, with the influencer right here.
Yeah, I know. He's an influencer and he calls himself average. It's like doesn't quite match up.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna go and just.
Well, you don't like him, that doesn't quite count. You don't like him at all, so
I hate him. As a matter of fact, it's been documented. I actually don't like the guy at all.
Yeah, I mean it's in podcast lore forever that you do not like one Eric Proffitt, the influencer.
One of these days somebody's actually gonna take that for real, right? And they're gonna just like, you really don't like him.
Well, I want to put it on podcast record that I do, in fact, really like Eric Proffitt, the influencer. I think he's a great guy.
What do you want from him is what I want to know now. Because like you're saying you like him. So what do you want from him? Because, that's a double-sided sword.
I'll have to think about that. But I'm sure I want something. But
you're just buttering up right now.
I just wanted to see him smile and look at that. He was smiling. I love it.
No, don't worry. You'll see the score in a second. He'll be like...
Mm-hmm. and the Blue Jays are still losing. So
I love, guys. This has been a fun episode so far. Any do's and don'ts? Like, I mean, I want to make sure that we get as much. Obviously, we're not going to get all of them, right? Because it's go for it, Patrick.
Yeah. I have a do. If they have a fireworks celebration, do stay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
because
you spent the money already, dude.
Yeah.
Eric,
because I saw some people leaving, and I was like, dude, there's like a fireworks show. I mean, I guess Greensboro is a poor example, but like, if you're
dude,
like in Durham, I even saw people leaving. But I mean, if there's going to be like a horrible storm like there was in Greensboro, fine, I get it, because it's probably not going to go on anyway. But in Durham, I saw people leaving, and I'm like, are you really leaving when there's going to be like and that was a great fireworks show.
It really was a good one.
It was awesome.
There were a ton of them Saturday that poured out of there. I mean, like I said, Scooby-Doo night, 7th inning or so, that's like all these people just started heading for the gates. I'm like, where are y'all going?
Yeah.
It's a theme night and it's fireworks. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, that's just another one of those things. It's like with life being so challenging sometimes, that's just another opportunity to just kind of have wonder at something.
Yeah.
Because it's loud, but I mean, just think about it. I mean, just take it in and just be there. It's part of the whole experience.
5-year-old can take it. She was all about it. Obviously she was covering her ears and everything, but she was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I loved it. I was in awe at some of it. I was like, that is so cool. For minor league standards, that was top of the line right there. So it was.
I enjoy that a lot.
I was very impressed.
So, all right, guys. Any other ones here? Make sure you buy Pepsi. Don't buy Coke, because there's, I'm just kidding. Buy whatever you want.
Ooh, fighting words.
Yeah, you've heard it. I said it here. I ain't afraid. Don't buy the Skyline chili. How's that?
Yeah, well, we can agree on that. You can buy Pepsi if there's no Coke products. That's okay.
What's your take, Val, on Skyline chili?
I want to try it so bad. I cannot wait. I almost there's a lot of things I don't want to try until I get to that state. Skyline chili is one of them.
Val, make sure you talk to Ed, because Ed loves Skyline chili, and he will tell you the best. He'll give you the best suggestions ever.
Don't go into it based on Ed's reaction.
Belong in chili. Beans do belong in chili. I have to be the only Texan that thinks that.
Oh, I'll do the beans on chili. Yeah,
that is a very like controversial Texas thing about the beans and the chili.
I'm good on that. I just don't.
What's wrong with the Skyline chili? With the finely shredded cheese. Oh my goodness! Stop.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Ed dreams about it at night, so
when she does have it, I want her to give her reaction to it.
Oh, I'll wear the mini mic. I'll wear the mini mic. I'll get the ASMR chew, like the first bite.
Oh, this will be good.
I'll do all of it. It'll be a
Skyline ASMR. I love that. Skyline ASMR.
Yes.
I can't do the Skyline chili. I did it once, and that was it for me. I'm good.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't the best in the world, but I didn't think it was that awful either.
The cinnamon.
The cinnamon is what kind of is iffy for me.
No,
but I mean, with the pasta and the cheese and everything, it's like, man, it's pretty darn good.
Listen, I can say I've tried it, right? Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be that guy. So like, oh no, that's gross. I'm like, have you tried it? I'm like, oh no, I was just saying it's gross. Like, no, I'll try it. Like the Runza, remember? I tried it. I
love the Runza. I thought the Runza was great.
The one I had, that was Salt City.
Well, see, I like salty food, so maybe that's why I liked it more. But I didn't think mine was very salty either. So
let's face it, for Ed, nothing's going to beat the green chili cheeseburger made fresh when you order it.
Wait, from where though?
Oh, the Juicy Lucy? How's that? Huh?
I want to try Juicy Lucy so bad. Food and Fitted is always talking about it.
Oh, Juicy Lucy's are phenomenal.
Wait, where was the green chili burger from? The one that you tried?
He got one in Albuquerque. He was not happy with it.
Oh no, you weren't?
I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Ed's was a presentation maybe, or it was not. It was kind of like.
Yeah, that was the thing. So like, it was just it's just greasy, soggy city. That was the problem. It was like, I mean, the bread was no longer bread.
Oh,
that's how. Yeah.
I think in July they're gonna play again as the green as the
green chili cheeseburgers.
Or yeah, I totally brain fart. Yes, I think in July we're gonna have a night of that.
Okay.
Like, should I go to that? I
Do
mean,
it.
it's not a far flight from Vegas. It's an 8-hour drive, so
There you go. Hey, Albuquerque is beautiful though, guys.
It
Like
is.
I love that town. Santa Fe, gorgeous. Albuquerque, beautiful. Like I
Mhm.
went to the old town and my God, I fell in love.
Yeah.
So everything else was good. The ballpark was cool. I didn't mind it at all. It was a beautiful ballpark.
And super kid friendly, isn't it?
Yeah,
With that
super.
carnival.
Yep. 360 concourse, right? So like I mean everything was all there.
Mhm.
It's just I said it a couple times. The team store was small. That was all.
Yeah. Little team store for sure.
Yep, very small. So other than that, beautiful ballpark. So, so yeah, guys, thanks so much for doing this, man. This was a lot of fun. Eric, I'm gonna put you on Mike's spot. Your list was okay. We need you to work on it a little bit more on the facial expressions for the next time. Okay, can you do that for me?
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That's why I hate you. Seriously, guys, make sure you guys are following each and every single one of these wonderful content creators. Guys, this is going to be, I don't know when I'm going to put this. Actually, probably be like next week. I don't know if I should do it in part 1 and part 2 kind of thing, because it was just such a good conversation that I don't think I should break this one up, as far as one. So we'll see. I don't know. But make sure you follow in the prospects of the influencer, Stadium Food Girl, the mayor, myself, the Dad Hat, on all the socials. We are on, I'm going to keep saying Twitter. I'm not going to say X. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Val, how's your YouTube channel going?
It's coming along. I actually need to upload the Kansas City. I've been keeping up with it.
I love it. There you go, guys. Yes. So more, if you got hungry and you want to see what's where she's at and all the food that she's trying, check out her YouTube channel. And then if you want to check out the Dad Hat Chronicles sports show and you want to see Eric, the influencer, do his every 5 seconds when his team is losing, make sure to tune in 9 p.m. Eastern time every Tuesday. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the Minor League Nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTommaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum,
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball, so get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curved Brim Media at curvedbrimmedia.com.